So the backbone of this riff is up here on the 12th fret. We got 12, we got 14, we got 15. So the index finger is here on 12, the low E string. Then the third finger is on the D string at 14. The little finger is barred across the E and the B string here at 15. So it's creating kind of a chord. And then the flesh from these fingers, as usual, is muting the strings that I don't want, which in this case are the A string and the G string. And it's very thrashy. You want some gain on your, gain knob on your pedal. Let me slow it down. And you're aiming for strings, and you're kind of hitting a lot of strings because of the muting, though. It's really sounding on the strings that you want. Sometimes you do get that harmonic in there, that's okay. So it's this. I'll turn the sound off. So it's really the accents that are important. The hand is going like this all the time, but you're accenting certain notes. Certain strokes, I would say. There's a way to hear it without all the harmonics. Let me slow it way down. You're aiming on the top 3 strings and the bottom 3 strings. Now if I bring it back up and I plant my hand here where it's supposed to be and I play faster. There's a cleaner version of it. But when you do play it faster, you naturally get in a lot more of this noise from the extra strings and the harmonics. I'm using a medium pick so that it's got some firmness, but it also has some give to it, some springiness to it. Now, one more thing about this figure. Basically, you're aiming for the top 4 strings and then the low E string. But you want to sound this part of the chord and then the low E alternately. And you end up striking all 6 strings when you play it fast, and just end up muting the notes you don't want with your left hand. So let's look at the fills. That's the first one. My hand has to come down very quickly. And it really just has to jam down and park itself right here on string 5, fret 7. And the riff is so 7, 5, 7, 3, open. And I can slap pretty hard. It's pretty easy to aim for these 2 strings and just slap them. Because once again, I'm muting with the fingers from this hand, particularly the third finger. Now I play a shorter piece of this phrase. And I slide up. I create a shape, basically, a very Hendrixy shape here, which is like a G9, A9, C9, D9, or G2, A2, C2, D2, however you want to call it. But what it is third finger here, string 4, fret 5, index finger, string 2, fret 3, and then little finger, string 1, fret 5. And it's... And I let this finger arch over and block the G string, and I slide up. So I keep the shape exactly the same. And there's little bridges between these events. There's like a between each rhythm part and each fill, it seems like. And that gives my hand time to move down. And I think it even happens on the end of that one. It doesn't happen on the beginning of that one. There's no time. I don't know how I get down there that quick. Okay, then the next one is shorter. The next thing is bookended. So cycle 3 is exactly the same as cycle 1. And then the last phrase, cycle 4, I'm sliding quickly on the top 2 strings. It's barred with my index finger. And I start here at 10, strike and slide. So each move is a strike, then a quick slide. And at this speed, it goes pretty fast. So strike, 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 strike again, and again, and again. Yeah, so there's a slide after each strike. 10 to 12, 12 to 15, 15 to 17, 17 down to 15, 15 down to 12, 12 down to 10, 10 back up to 12. Let me do it slower. That time I picked it up with the third finger. Here goes again, slow. So this phrase can either be with the third finger or the index finger.